Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today our theme is the throat chakra. The throat chakra is like a bridge between the elements of matter below in the body. It refines things up into the elements of the spirit in the higher chakras. Here is a artist's rendition of how people have imagined this bridge of the throat. It's imagined as a 16-petaled lotus, and it's blue. Its element is space. So it's the blue of the sky, is how I understand it. Let's start with some breathing. The emphasis here is on vibration and sound and listening. Find yourself a place that's comfortable. Feel some connection with the earth through knees or feet, hips. Opening the throat passageway down into lungs. Expanding ribs and belly as you breathe fully and squeeze out everything. One more deep, full breath here. I forgot, I breathed twice more. Sometimes feels so good. Now let's bring our attention down to the base of the spine. Breathing in to the front of the spine, the base of the spine, up past the back of the abdomen. Breathing down, and as you inhale, bringing that up the front of the spine behind the solar plexus, the lower ribs. Inhaling up behind the heart. Visualizing the breath coming up the front of the spine to behind the larynx, the throat. And then up to the very top of the spine, bottom of the skull. A few more breaths here, caressing the front of the spine, opening the channel of subtle energy. We're going to do the bija, the seed sounds of each of the chakras. And your hands might start here on the earth chakra with a lam, L. Lam, lam, lam. The water chakra in its vibrations with a V. Vam, vam, vam. The fire chakra, R. Ram, ram, ram. The heart chakra, Y. Yam, yam, yam. And the throat chakra with an H. Hum, hum, hum. The throat chakra encompasses the thyroid gland, the larynx, the throat, and shoulders and chest also come in here along with jaw and tongue. Clasp the hands now underneath the chin, but a little far out from the throat. Elbows are out to the sides. Inhale as the chin rises and the elbows come in, opening the throat, and then exhaling. Chin comes down in the direction of the chest. Beginning to open up the throat. Vishuddha means purification. So there's this refining of the gut emotions, of the trembling heart, of the personal fires. Then we'll come into the mudra, bringing the heels of the hands together, and the hands become like wings, bringing the warmth of the hand in front of the throat, really in front of the space of the throat. So you're leaving some space there. Breathing in and out as we feel the vibration of the breath. The pulsing of the heart. The murmur of the brain. The vibrations, the whole space field of the body. And finally, the vibrations in the room around us, in the space. And inhaling, we'll exhale with a feeling that resonance. Inhale. And let's massage our neck on the sides and in the back, relaxing through the jaw and the cheeks as you rub the back of the neck, maybe down onto the top of the shoulders a bit and the sides of the neck. Then bring fingers of one hand to the opposite ear, behind the ear, and run the fingers down diagonally towards the middle of the collarbone as the chin turns towards that shoulder. And 2 more times, relaxing through the jaw. And then coming to the other side, fingers weave their way down along the vibrations of that muscle towards the collarbone. The throat chakra is a place that filters the truth. One last time. If it's underactive, it's like a bottleneck of emotions. Now let's bring the chin over to one side towards the shoulder, to middle, and over to the other side, perhaps sensing some vibrations in the neck. One more time to each side. Then coming back through center, bring the hand up to the opposite side of the head, push head into hand for a moment, and then gently draw the ear down towards the shoulder, relaxing down through the shoulders. Inhale back up. Other hand comes to the opposite side of the head. Push head into hand, and then relax down. When overactive, the throat chakra can turn out to be loud and dominating. Release that. When balanced, it expresses purpose and communicates with wisdom. Let's yawn now, opening up the mouth and exhaling out with any sound that releases. Oh, 2 more times. Oh. Ah. Now squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears, squeeze, squeeze, feel the vibration of that tension, and then gently relax everything down, feeling a different vibration. Feel the frequency of tension as your shoulders come up, and the frequency is lower, broader as you relax. Now removing anything that's high underneath you, we'll come to a crisscross leg position. You might want a pillow or blanket under you. Bring one hand around to the opposite thigh, and the opposite hand comes back behind you. Just turn to the side, beginning to open up the spine, perhaps hearing some vibrations as you stretch arms out and come around to the other side. Bearing down through sits bones, lifting up through crown. 2 more times back and forth. Vibration is the core of what connects everything. Everything is vibrating. 1 more time to each side. The universal vibration is without beginning or end. From before the Big Bang into the endless future that we cannot know. And coming back through center, we're going to do another twist. Bring one leg out, flexing that ankle. Other foot comes up behind, beside the thigh, and then over if you would like. Hand or forearm wrap around that leg. Other hand comes back as a kickstand. Extend out through the heel. Inhale up. Exhale round through waist. Inhale up. Exhale round through heart area and shoulders. Inhale up and exhale round through neck. Then lift the chin just a little bit, not straining anything, letting the twist just be at about 70% of what you could do. There is vibration in the planets, and the sun in the sky is vibrating at millions of different frequencies. Release and unwind. Other leg comes out. Other sole of the foot up, perhaps over. Wrapping as fits your hips and shoulders. Hand comes back behind. Inhale up and exhale round, lengthening and centering. The gravitational waves emanating from black holes, contracting and expanding, are vibrations. Pervasive, interconnected vibrations enliven everything. And let everything come back around. Now bring your legs wide. One hand comes down onto thigh or knee, or maybe down onto the shin. Other hand comes to the waist. Open up through that side of the chest, and chin slightly goes up towards the sky. Then the arm comes up. It might just stay up and over, always modifying for any shoulder or knee or hip issues, and coming over just as far as is right for you. Inhale back up. Rub the hand down the other leg. Open up, open the throat towards the sky, and come over. In the same way, each of us is vibrating on many levels. Inhale up, and 1 more time on each side. Head to the waist and open, and then up and over. We're vibrating in our electrons, in our atoms, in each cell. And over to the other side. Our muscles vibrate. There are microelectrical pulses in our nervous system. And in fact, our vibrations that are in our body are very close to the frequency of the vibration of the earth, which is an interesting point. Now bring your feet back in. Bring your hand to upper arm and bring that arm across the chest as the hand comes back onto the shoulder. We also have an internal sound that expresses the evolution of our life, our feelings and thoughts, and the other side. We might say it expresses our soul. Vibration is always there. All we have to do is listen to the stream of sound and bring that down. Now we're going to do a bandha, or a lock. Yogis like these locks. It is, in this case, a lock of the throat. Let the chest lift, lower the chin, then draw back from the palate towards the back of the skull, or perhaps you could think of the inner throat coming up towards the upper back of the skull. Pulling that up and letting go. And once again, chest lifts, chin tucks, and lift up with the back of the throat or the palate towards the back of the skull. And one last time, letting everything go into this movement and vibration. And let it go. Open up the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Bring arms together. Just chin comes down towards chest. The affirmation here is I vibrate. I listen. I speak from my heart. I vibrate. I listen. I speak from my heart. And one last time. I vibrate. I listen. I speak from my heart. Now bring the feet wide and hands back behind. Let the knees come side to side, opening up through the hips. And we'll come back to that seed sound as our arm comes around. Hum, hum, hum. Hum, hum, hum. Hum, hum, hum. One last hum, hum, hum. Then coming down into a full body twist, listening to the silence. Inhale back up and over. Inhale up, coming back up through center. We're going to do some cleansing sounds. So these hum and lam and vam, these are the stimulating sounds of the chakras. And the chakras also have cleansing sounds. For the throat, it's E. We'll start at the earth, which is O, O, up to water, ooh, up to fire, ah, up to air, A, up to throat, E. So it's O, ooh, ah, A, E. Once again. O, ooh, ah, A, E. Then we're going to be quiet, covering our eyes lightly and closing the flaps of our ears, listening to our heart and our breathing. And then opening up once again, coming into a side bend, arm comes up and over, feeling the muscles warming and hydrating, joints waking up, beginning to vibrate. One more time over. And then coming through center, we'll come up to a standing position. Gulia, it's nice to see you this morning from Uzbekistan. We're standing with our feet a little wider than hip width apart. Knees are soft and hips are soft. Just swaying from foot to foot, perhaps humming, all of us swaying and humming together. And begin to lift a heel and turn a bit, hips turning slightly, arms beginning to float around, hips leading the way. We're going to be twisting and then drumming, stimulating the vibrations of our body. And as we begin to drum, bring the hand up to the inner corner of the shoulders. And then the sides of the ribs, just as gently or forcefully as you would like to. Awakening the channels of subtle energy, the organs, and then down to the sides of the hips. Then we'll come up to the breastbone. And then to the solar plexus, lower ribs. The belly button. And then lower abdomen. Next time, one hand to the front of the waist and one hand to the back of the waist. And then front of abdomen and back of pelvis. And then letting that go, just twisting a little bit more. Let me turn on a light here. And coming to center. Now bring your hands back behind your waist, palms are out backwards, just kind of resting the backs of your hands on the top of your pelvis. Knees and hips are soft as you just shake up and down. Relaxing down through the body, feeling the vibrations. And coming to stillness, just feel the aliveness of the life force that we have awakened. And if you would like to just dance with that life force a bit, moving any way that seems natural to you. As if you are dancing with your life force. It can be a small movement, a large one. Letting the music of life flow through you. And then slowly we'll come into a mountain pose. Feeling the connection with the earth through the soles of the feet. Energy coming up through the arches, the inner seams of the legs, up into pelvis and chest, up into the throat and roof of the mouth. Relaxing shoulders down. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Then a very slow roll up. Sinking up all the vertebrae. Inhale up. And the affirmation, I vibrate. I listen. I speak from my heart. I vibrate. I listen. I speak from the heart. And one last time. I vibrate. I listen. I speak from the heart. And bring arms down and around. We'll come into a high lunge. So toes are all forward. Front knee is bent over the ankle. Hips are aligned towards the front of the mat. Pulling the thighs towards the hips. Finding your balance here. Then we're going to clasp hands forward, palms going forward. That turns up, fingers are interlaced and palms up. Then separate the hands, bring them out to the sides, and repeat. Here, the bodily sensations and feelings meet the elements of space, right here in this spinning vortex of the throat energy. It meets space, which is limitless and without boundaries. Bring hands to the waist, change feet. Finding your balance once again, bringing thighs in towards the hips. Stretch hands out in front and up and open. And continue. In the throat, we feel the realization of this energy that has no boundaries. Outside us, within us, around us, above us, below us, in front of us, behind us. We hover in all of this space. And bring the feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale as hands come down on either sides of the feet and bring the feet back into a plank. So we're coming into a plank now. Knees up or knees down. Fingers wide with support. Arms up through shoulders. For 3, 2, and 1. Elbows come in, knees come down. And we'll come into a Sphinx pose. Again, fingers are wide, elbows pressing down, shoulders reaching up, roof of mouth up a bit, shoulder blades just relaxing down towards the waist. The spine here is like a string on a violin or a guitar. It can be very alive. Yoga helps that. But it can also get plucked by people, by events that happen to us. We get vibrated right at the core of us. And sometimes we can discharge that and say, ow. But sometimes it gets stuck and that string becomes a little deadened. The prana doesn't flow so easily. Muscles get stiffer. Bring the hands underneath, the shoulders come up into tabletop. Hands directly under shoulders. Once again, knees under hips. Inhale as stomach sinks and heart shines forward. And exhale as you arch the back. We help our spine to become alive again. Let our string resonate, sing, move. Let the muscles of life express themselves through harmony. And come back through center. Now raise one knee, bring the knee forward to the elbow, stretch back with the leg, cross that leg over, and then bring the gaze back around to that toe. Pause for a moment, feeling your string stretching, and then coming up with the knee once again towards elbow, stretching back, over, and looking round. We're tuning our strings here so that they are not too tight, one more time, and not too loose. And bring the knee back. Other knee comes up towards the elbow, reaches back and over and round. Just feel the vibrations of the yoga. And one last time. Bring that knee back. Right arm reaches up to the side and then comes in under the armpit of the left arm. You can stay like this with shoulder up or come down onto the side of your shoulder and the side of your head. You can stay like this, arm might come up, it might wrap around. Find the place that's right for you. Opening up through shoulder and neck. If you've wrapped, bring that hand around. Come up through center, left hand rises and comes in under the armpit. Coming to your version of threading the needle. There's a bit of a twist here, so we're still tuning that string of the spine. Unwind and come back into tabletop. Hands come forward just a bit in front of the shoulders, tuck the toes, and we'll come up into downward dog. Let the knees be soft, emphasizing the length of the spine, length of arms, the sides of the bodies, and then pedaling with the feet a bit, opening up gradually through the backs of the legs. Extending out through the crown slightly so that the neck and the back also becomes a little bit longer. Then we'll come forward into plank and come down into a cobra. Then bring your shoulders down and kind of fold your arms under you, under your shoulders. We're going to pretend that there is a bug on the mat in front of us, and our nose is going to follow that bug over the floor to the wall and slightly up the wall. So raising the eyes and the chin just a bit to follow that bug, bringing the chin back, tucking it in towards the chest, and then opening up as you follow the bug. One last time. Then bring yourself up a little bit more, as if you're in Sphinx. And this time, bring your attention to your eyes. You're a baby looking around, just feeling the ability to be able to stretch your neck and look around at your space that you live in, realizing a space beyond your body and strengthening your neck at the same time. Then bringing hands under shoulders, tuck toes, raise hips into a brief downward dog. Once again, stretching back, finding your favorite stretch within downward dog. Let knees come down and we'll come into child's pose. Just curling up like a rabbit, which is what this is called. Arms along the side, chin tucked, maybe even coming down onto the crown of the head or hovering. Then opening up and coming up. We're going to do lion. We're going to do it with an E sound because that's the clearing sound of the throat chakra. Our hips rise up, our fingers spread, we come forward, our eyes are big. And then coming back, bring the heels of your hands together and your hands become wings, coming into that mudra and just being quiet for a moment. We'll do this 3 times. Let hands come down. Bring hand to the opposite thigh. And the other arm opens up towards the back. Lift the chin as you look up at the corner behind you. Release and come around to the other side, hand to opposite thigh, open the arm and lift the chin. And coming back to center, we'll come into a lying position. As you come onto the mat, wiggle around, really feel your place here on the mat with shoulders and the back of the skull, the heels and the hips. Letting your body become an instrument of vibration, we're going to do those clearing sounds once again from the earth chakra up to the throat chakra. They are O, U, A, E. O, U, A, E. Inhale. O, I. Two more times. Oh. Feel the vibrations. Oh. Take a few breaths. Then lift the head. I'm not lifting the shoulders, I'm just lifting the head, making a double chin below my chin and bringing my eyes towards the opposite wall in front of me and bringing it back. Two more times. Just strengthening the neck in this way, lifting it up, looking forward and coming back. One more time. Now bring arms up above the head. Inhale. Exhale as you sit up with fingers going towards toes, eyes on the toes. You might bring your elbows down to the mat to help you up. Then inhale, arms come wide. Exhale into A-frame as palms come backwards. Exhale. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms forward with the backs of palms together. Inhale, come forward, lift the chin a bit. Exhale, lie back. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, sit up, eyes on the toes. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, A-frame, palms back. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward, backs of palms together. Inhale, forward over toes, lifting chin. And exhale, lie back. One more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, eyes on toes, fingers towards toes as you sit up. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, A-frame, palms back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms forward, backs of hands together. Inhale, forward, lift the chin. And exhale, lie back. In this practice of listening, a moment may come when you just want to lie down. This is a doorway. Surrender. Then bending the knees and bringing the soles of the feet 2 or 3 inches below the buttocks. We're coming into bridge, tucking in shoulders, tucking in elbows towards the waist. Weight goes into the soles of the feet and the shoulders strong through the glutes as you raise the hips. Clasp the hands under the hips. A little room in the throat. Feeling the respiration pulsing through you. One last inhale here. And roll down over the string of your spine. Then we're coming into a shoulder stand. If you would like to just bring hands and feet up towards the wall, the ceiling, and just stay like this, you will get the benefits of all the liquids of the body coming in towards the heart. Or if you'd like to come into a half shoulder stand, again, tuck shoulders in, tuck elbows towards the waist, then bend the knees, bring them up towards the chest, lift the hips, catch the hips with the hands, touching buttocks in the hands, and coming to a place that is comfortable, working the shoulders in a bit, widening across the shoulder blades, bringing the shoulder blades together, widening across the collarbone. Making any movement you'd like to up here. And then slowly letting the knees come down towards the forehead. Always welcome to come into plow if that's right for you. Hands come down onto the mat and slowly hips come down. Slowly legs come down. Take one breath here on the mat. And then rolling over onto the side, we'll come up to a standing position. Let your feet be wide as you stand up. Bring your arms out diagonally, fingers wide, you're a star. Breathing. Breathe in the vibrations of the universe, breathe out the vibrations of the body. All one. Strong or soft, wild or serene, wherever breath flows, there is song. Here it's whisper touching behind the face. Singing in the throat. Dancing in the heart. Fall into the wide open embrace of life. And one arm down, one arm up and over. Nice, luxurious side bend. One more time on each side. Come back up, arms reach out to the sides. Then hand comes to opposite leg and open up into a twist as the other arm reaches up to the blue sky. Perhaps imagining that 16-petal blue lotus in the throat, connecting with the blue of the sky. And then coming up and over to the other side. Coming up, bring hands onto the thighs, feet come a little wider apart. We'll go back and forth like a skater. I vibrate, I listen, I speak from the heart. I vibrate, I listen, I speak from the heart. Coming back through center. Coming to that star once again. Feet come a little bit less wide apart. Coming into the star, and we're going to balance back and forth. So you can keep a toe on the mat if you would like. It's a good way to start out as you get your body accustomed to taking the balance onto one leg. You might experiment with lifting that foot and pausing for a moment. One more time on each side. And come back through center. We're coming back into high lunge. So all toes forward, front knee bent, bringing the hips into alignment. Hands come back behind the body and sweep up, opening from pelvis through sternum. Careful of the back of the neck, but opening slightly through the front of the throat. Caressing that thyroid gland. Coming down and arching up, opening up. Then as you come down, bring the hands around the front foot backs up, and come into a nice low lunge. Knee is up, but it's long and low. Feeling perhaps the vibration of that front of the hip flexor as it opens up. Then bring the knee down, roll over the heel, hands come back and bow down slightly, keeping a soft knee over that front leg. Coming forward, we're going to come into knee down lunge. Lift up, get your balance. Bring hands together, stack the elbows, one elbow. So my elbow is on the knee of that same leg in the front. Turning slightly into a twist. And then opening up the arms, just to the extent that feels right for you. Top arm might come back behind the waist. And open up once again. And then come back. Hands come around the front foot again, bring the back foot up and come up. The opposite foot, for me it's the left foot now, but whichever one you didn't use before, is forward in a high lunge. Arms arch up, open from pelvis up through sternum, opening up through the throat. And exhale down. Inhale up, bringing health and strength to the thyroid, the larynx. And then hands come down around the front foot, come back with the back foot, low lunge stretch, energy coming back through the heel. Feeling some vibration in the muscles and the nerves. Knee comes down, roll over front heel, bow over front leg. Then coming forward into a knee down lunge, hands come together, elbows stack, twisting slightly in the opposite direction. Open up one arm down, one arm up, just to the extent that's right for the body, modifying as you need to. Hand might come behind the waist. Open up. And let the hands come down around that front foot. Bring both knees back. Tuck the toes and up into downward dog. Forward into plank. And down. It's like cobra. Now let the yoga vibrate you as you feel it. What would you like to do now? Another plank, or perhaps you'd like to come down into a wide-kneed child's pose. Just let your body tell you what it would like. Just let the prana flow through you. And then gradually we'll make our way down to the mat into a lying position. Come back into the rhythm of the breath. Perhaps you feel the heart helping your blood move a little faster through the body. Perhaps you feel the vibration of blood as it pulses through the body. Lift the knees towards the chest, give them a hug. Bring knees out to the armpits. Hands come to the bottom of the feet into happy baby. Let this pose vibrate you. Pushing up with one leg and bringing it down, pushing up with the other leg. And bringing the feet down. Give a hug to one knee. Extend the other leg out long. Lift it a bit from the mat. Relaxing through the jaw and the shoulders. Feeling the muscles, the cells, the electrons vibrating throughout you. Then switch, give a hug to the other knee, extend the opposite leg out, hovering it just above the mat. Now bring one leg bent with the sole of foot on the mat and come into a figure four with ankle on opposite knee, lifting up that bent leg knee. What vibrations do you feel? Relax to the back of the skull, the back of the neck. Switch legs. Figure 4 on the other side. Letting yourself listen deeply. Release the legs down. Come into a restful position. Rolling your body around to find a place that it can truly sink down into the earth. Become one with the vibrations of the earth and with the vibrations of the great sky as well. Soft through the front of the throat, larynx, thyroid, the back of the neck. Caressing across the collarbones with your attention and breath to shoulders, down to the eyes of the elbows, the eyes of the wrists, the eyes of the palms. Perhaps you feel some tingling vibration there. Coming back to the heart space, relaxing down through ribs, intestines, pelvic floor, the backs of the knees, ankles, the bottoms of the feet. Vibrating with your alive prana, your life force. Feel free to stay here if you have some more time. Just listen and vibrate. If you're coming back into your day, bring some movement to fingers and toes. And roll ankles, wrists. Give your knees a hug. And just listen for one more moment. And rolling over if you are coming up and coming into a brief sitting position. May we, with all beings, be safe. May we, with all beings, be peaceful. May we listen deeply. And may we speak from our hearts. Namaste. Thanks so much for practicing with me. It's been a joy to vibrate together.
Thank you.